Hey everyone, it's Jonathan and welcome to the second to last episode in our mini-series on the animation of 2025. Today's guest was our regular co-host for this series when it was just one episode ranking all the animation we saw in the last year, Katie Fabrick. Like I said last year, Katie has gotten too busy to keep up with the volume of animation we used to try to do for the ranking episode, so we decided to keep it down to our top 5. Mine are a bit all over the place as I'm still finalizing my official ranking for the final episode in this miniseries, which will be coming soon. But between her top 5 and my top whatever, we had a lot of things to discuss from the past year in animation, especially the big release that both of us have been waiting for literally years, K-pop Demon Hunters, one of our most anticipated movies ever. We've literally been talking about this every year in our animation ranking series since it was announced, and now the time has finally come. Okay, long time no see. Welcome back.
Yeah, it's me.
I have been looking forward to doing this one because, I mean, obviously we know what's a movie that's going to make our top 5 that has been one of our most anticipated movies for years.
Yeah, for real. Maybe like 5 years at this point.
It had at least. I don't remember when it was announced, but as soon as it was announced, we started talking about it when we would do our yearly recaps.
Exactly. And we're just like, man, I hope to hear more news from it this year. And then next year rolled around and then the next year. So like I don't like to be that person who's just like, I liked it before it was cool, but like I did technically.
We liked it before we knew what it was. We liked it based on the
Exactly.
title alone.
The title and the one piece of art that they showed, I'm like, yep, I'm sold.
Well, I'm trying to decide how I want to do these. You have 5, correct?
I have 5, yes.
Okay.
I'm very like, I was looking at like the list of things that came out, and I'm like, I thought I watched a lot more, but it must have just been me like catching up
Probably.
from like other years because I was like, oh wait, no, that one released like 2 years ago, or that one released like 1 year ago. So I did only end up with 5, and I'm like, man, for someone who like works like right next to a theater, that's kind of uh not great. Which is funny because a lot of the big ones, like they just didn't capture my attention. So I was like, I'll get around to it. But I was so busy or something else was coming out around the same time that I was more interested in. So I just kind of missed them.
Well, for my list, I don't have a fully numbered list yet. I'm waiting until my last episode of this miniseries to like finalize my decision. So I
Yeah.
think I'll start out by doing a few from the bottom of my list. Well, not the bottom because I'm just talking about the top best ones. But I have ones that are like tied. Like the one we're going to be talking about that we've been waiting to talk about is currently tied for first. And I don't know if it's going to be first or because there's 3 completely, totally different movies that it's so hard to rank stuff that is so completely different to each other. So I have
Yeah.
to decide how I'm going to do that. But I figured, at least for now, I'll start with a few shorts that I have, because I have shorts that I want to talk about. I've mentioned them a couple times, and I don't know if you all have seen them, but if you haven't, I'm going to recommend that you see them.
Okay.
So I'll start out by talking about, like, I've already recorded full podcast episodes on these. One has yet to come out, but the very first episode that I did for iHeart Animation this year was on Adult Swim's The Elephant. I,
Okay.
I keep recommending this to people because this is one of those things that just blew me away. It is so hard to describe, but have you ever played the game Exquisite Corpse?
I
It's
don't think I have. No.
it's like one of those, I don't want to say it's a kid's game, but it's like you take a piece of paper, one person draws the head, you fold it over, pass it on to the next person, they draw the body, you fold it over, pass it on to the next person, they draw the legs. So
Okay.
the 3 people work together without knowing what the other person is doing to create a character. This short is that, but with a story. And somehow it works.
Interesting.
And it's probably because of who did it. Pendleton Ward took the first section. He did Adventure Time.
Yeah.
So you already know someone with a big imagination. But then Rebecca Sugar and Ian Jones Quarty took the middle section. which they have. Rebecca Sugar is the showrunner for Steven Universe. Ian Jones Quartey is OKKO, but he also worked
Yeah.
on Steven Universe. And then the last section was Patrick McHale, who did Over the Garden Wall.
Yeah.
So I think partially because they're just geniuses. Like they're all very
Uh-huh.
adept at storytelling and animation. And they came up with like a general idea of what the short was going to be. But then they each went their separate ways and then did not communicate until it was done. And somehow it worked. Somehow it became something that
Yeah.
was like so good. And as soon as it was over, I started texting people like, do you want to do a podcast with me? I have to talk to somebody about this.
No, that's awesome. I will have to check it out. I don't know how, but that completely missed me.
It was on HBO Max. I want to say that it has since disappeared from HBO Max. I don't know to where. I would
Okay.
hope that it would be back. I don't know. The Cartoon Network's rights seem to be all over the place because the new Adventure Time series is on Hulu now. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Cartoon Network is kind of in limbo, it seems.
Yeah. It's crazy with how Warner Brothers is treating its cartoons and all that.
Yeah. I don't know if this is a joke or if it's something that actually could happen, but I saw the other day that with the whole potential merger between Paramount and Warner Brothers, like one thing that might have to happen is that because I think Paramount owns Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network is too similar, they would have to sell Cartoon Network to somebody else. And
Uh,
I saw that Alex Hirsch of Gravity Falls fame was like, how much would it be? Like he might want to buy Cartoon Network. And I don't know if he's joking or if that's something he would actually even be able to afford. But
yeah.
wouldn't it be amazing if actual animators were in charge of Cartoon Network?
Oh, for real. Oh my gosh. We could be here all day talking about that.
I don't know if it'll happen, but it would be so cool.
Yeah. Well, like when projects are pushed by like creatives, they're always way better
Yeah.
than the other people, and the other people usually get in the way. And the reason why you have to be like, oh, besides this part, or oh, this got cut here, and so it wasn't like as fulfilling. It's because of those people, and so you're like, man, if you just like let them cook,
Mm-hmm.
then you would have bangers every single time you
Yeah.
make a movie.
And that's partially why I think The Elephant worked, and partially why all of their shows have worked. Not that they didn't have any executive meddling, because there was some, but for the most part, they found ways to get their vision through the oversight.
Yeah.
But then, besides The Elephant, the other two that I'm kind of like having them tied, these are shorts that don't have, like, they were available for me to watch in 2025. They might have come out earlier than this, but the one is Snow Bear by Aaron Blaise.
Yeah.
Did you see that one?
I haven't, but that one I believe, I think it technically came out last year in like film festivals
Okay.
or a year before. Yeah, because like whenever you look up that one, he's been working on that one for like years and years.
Yeah.
I followed it for a long time. I've been following it, I guess I should say. So, and I think it went through a couple film festivals last year, so technically people had been seeing it. And then when he released it on the YouTube channel was when, it was able to like be viewed by the world because of how film festivals and everything, how those all play out and when you can show things and when you can't show things and all that.
Yeah, that's when I first saw it, was when it was uploaded to YouTube. And I don't know if it's still there because I know that some of the shorts that I was trying to find, because I did, and I already recorded an episode on Snow Bear, and I'll talk about it in a second, but the short Mushka, about the tiger from Andreas Deja, or Deha, I don't know how to say his last name, another Disney
Uh-huh.
animator who did an independent short. And then there was another short called Forever Green, and they were all kind of in and out of availability. Mushka, I think, is still available to buy or rent on a few different streaming services. I think I got mine on Apple Plus or Apple TV or whatever they're calling it now. But I think it's
Mm-hmm.
also on Amazon and a couple other places too. I don't know. They're bouncing all over the place. Sometimes they were on YouTube and then gone, and I don't know if Snow Bear is still there, but if it is, I highly recommend watching it. It's one of those shorts that it's like, I can't imagine the patience that it would take, because he basically did the whole thing himself.
Yeah.
It was just so good.
Yeah, I know that like all the clips whenever I saw any of them were always just like mind blowing. So
hmm
I've been eagerly like awaiting a time that I could be like set aside not only time to watch it when I find my get my hands on it, but also to like just like analyze it and all that.
Yeah. And like I said, the other one that I was lumping in here is Mushka, which is it's another hand-drawn animated short about this one about a tiger instead of a polar bear, but it's so good. Like, I want more hand-drawn animation. Uh, I
Yeah.
wish bigger studios would do these, because Snow Bear and Mushka are both independent shorts, so they're people with a passion are doing these, and I wish the bigger studios would see that people want more hand-drawn.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, those are my three that I've got, I guess, tied at the bottom right now. If you want to do a couple from the lower half of your top five.
Okay. So, since it technically came out last year, although it was kind of Wallace and Gromit, right? That one was,
Yeah, that one
yeah.
is on my list too. I'll say right now that it is one that I have tied at number one, and I have not decided what the exact ranking is going to be. But we could talk about it now.
No, yeah, 100% fair. It's so fun.
Yes.
I was worried when it came out because I enjoyed Chicken Run too, but I think that Wallace and Gromit has such an identity in
hmm
like its style of just whimsical British wackiness. And I
Yes.
was a little worried that it wouldn't like have that same energy just because that could be, sometimes you go back and you watch something and there's a certain style just set in the time, and when they bring it back or something, just because of how story writing and everything works, it just doesn't have quite the same feel.
hmm
But I think that they did it perfectly with Wallace and Gromit. I find it really funny that Wallace and Gromit, if you watch like the original shorts, they're all like little whimsical, little silly hijink adventures, and then the movies are like horror movies, which is very funny. Like I'm just like, oh, I didn't expect to be like terrified of marching garden gnomes, but I guess here I am. And it's wonderful.
Yes.
I think that they are a lot of fun, and I think that the characters Wallace and Gromit are just timeless and precious, and I love them so much.
Yeah. No, it was such a perfect follow up to all of the ones that came before it. Like the I've already recorded a full podcast episode on this that came out last year because we just had to talk about this. It is so good. It is so creative and such a perfect follow up to all the shorts and the previous movie, which, like you said, Chicken Run 2 was good, but it couldn't quite match the perfection of Chicken Run. So I was a little hesitant. And Wallace and Gromit is one of those, like, it rarely misses. Like, I have
Mm-hmm.
some beefs with A Matter of Loaf and Death. It's not as good as the rest of them, I don't think. But this is like fully on par with every other great, perfect Wallace and Gromit short.
Exactly. I agree.
What do you have at number four then?
So at number four, I have a movie that I don't think would be in many other people's top five lists, but it would definitely be in mine, no matter how much I watched last year. But it's Dogman.
Okay.
I I love Dogman from the comic books. I remember when the movie was announced, I thought it looked a lot of fun, and I was like, I'm going to read all the books before the movie came out, and I only had 2 months, so that was an adventure, and I might have had a little bit of overexposure to Dogman. But I love Dogman. I think the movie is a lot of fun. I know a lot of people preferred the Captain Underpants movie, and it's definitely not the best DreamWorks movie. And it's not the best DreamWorks movie to come out last year. But I just think it's fun and very weird, and I don't know. It just like hits a specific, like, I guess mindless is kind of rude, but like in my mind, not every, like, sometimes I'm like, not everything has to be like emotionally devastating, or it
Yeah.
doesn't all have to be Spider-Verse where you're like, oh, it's like destroying barriers of storytelling. And which there are a lot of great animation that is that. But sometimes I just want to turn on a silly, weird movie and it's wacky and dumb in just kind of the way it's for me. So I don't know why it goes over Wallace and Gromit. I think it's just because I have a lot of fond memories of watching it with my youngest brother, who was super stoked to watch it, and we watched it and we were laughing through the whole thing just because of how much he enjoyed it. I think that Wallace and Gromit is a better movie, and it probably should be higher than Dogman. It should be higher than Dogman. I just think those fond memories of my brother like eagerly anticipating the launch and everything just kind of may have skewed my own personal ranking system. But I don't know. It's fun. It's weird. It has that kind of like, oh, we got this whole voice cast kind of thing. But I don't know. Something about it just was, I guess, weird enough for me that I just vibed with it.
Well, you're the second person to highly recommend that one to me, so I'm going to have to try and get that one in before I do my final ranking.
Awesome. Yeah, I wouldn't go in expecting like again like the greatest story of all time. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
honestly, like the graphic novels for kids, it's kind of wild how many deep subjects it gets into. Like
Hmm.
you start reading it and you're like, haha, it's Dave Pilkey, the creator of Captain Underpants. So you got your crude humor, you got your goofiness, and it kind of starts out very serialized, where it's just like, oh, there's the evil cat, and then the dog has to catch the evil cat. But as it goes on, it like starts exploring topics of like generational trauma and like being your best self and accepting yourself and self-love, and you're just like, whoa. And like anxiety, and you're like, wait, what happened? how did like how did it get from like little scribbly children like drawings, because like the premise is that it's like written by like young kids is the idea, and then there's like just this really nice like beautiful drawing at one point where you like flip it and it's like a double panel drawing of like them all looking up at the sky and like taking a moment to just like enjoy the world that they're in and to see like the joy in the world. And I'm just like, what happened? It's wild. The movie doesn't quite capture that, but it does very much feel like DreamWorks wanted to make a Dogman movie, and they're like, well, we're kind of in between our big projects, so we'll make the Dogman movie now. Since we already have the IP for Captain Underpants, we can try to do this. And so it does kind of feel like just a movie they wanted to release and make some money off of to an extent. But I think that like it still does have a lot of heart and fun and wackiness that only Dave Pilkey could come up with. So yeah, it's a crazy series for kids, and I think that it's cool to see a series that caters to kids but doesn't talk down to them, which I think is fun.
I've know almost nothing about Dogman. The only thing I know about Dogman is that my nephew is obsessed with Dogman. Like, he's brought it to our house, like, different graphic novels. He gets them for his birthday and he brings them with when they're visiting. And he read me like a page out of one. It was like, okay, this sounds like crude humor that is not up my alley. I would not have guessed that it went any deeper than that.
Yeah, I will say like the comics have more crude humor. There's a little bit of crude humor in the movie, but I think that they leaned away from that to more visual gags
Okay.
in the movie. But it's wild.
Well, I will have to check it out because you're not the first person to recommend that one to me. So I will need to
Nice.
catch up on it before I do my final ranking.
One of the two people who saw that movie, which is
Technically,
okay.
it's been mentioned more than once, but two people have had it in their top five. So,
Nice.
well, I guess I'll go on to a couple more of mine. These are two that are sort of tied. Like, I don't know. All of mine are so different. It's so hard for me to rank things because they're so completely unique. But, like, the
Mm-hmm.
next section, I guess we'll say, is where I've got Zootopia 2 and a Looney Tunes movie, The Day the Earth Blew Up.
Okay.
They're so different. I don't know at the moment which one I'm going to have over the other because they're so good in different ways. Right now, I feel like a Looney Tunes movie is the better film because I'm just so happy we have a hand drawn 2D animated Looney Tunes movie and it's actually hilarious.
Yeah.
And with Zootopia 2, it was very good. It surprised me by being good because I went in expecting the worst. I feel like Disney has not had a too great of a track record lately. Like most of their movies have been like fine, but like when I say something is fine, the rest of the world is going, "Oh, this is trash. I hate it."
Yeah.
Like I was
Um,
not that impressed with Moana 2, so I was like fearing the worst with this, even though I know Moana 2 had its own issues. That it is the way it is because of production issues, and Zootopia didn't have that. So I shouldn't have been surprised that it was as good as it was, but I was very pleasantly surprised with Zootopia 2, and I really liked it. But The Day the Earth Blew Up is just pure loony hilariousness. It's
yeah.
so funny.
Yeah, I love that. It is in my top five. I was super excited. I went, I remember like when it announced, and I was like scouring for a theater nearby
Mm-hmm.
that was showing it. And luckily there was one a little ways away, but I got to go with a couple friends. They were giving out free posters, which was great.
Oh,
And
that's cool.
yeah, and then we all watched it and we're just like, yep, this is perfect. And I'm glad that it got to survive the cartoon purge
Yeah.
that happened.
I'm still holding out a gram of hope for the others, especially the ones that are
Yeah.
already done, because we are supposed to be getting the Wile E. Coyote movie this year.
Yeah.
And I don't know how far into production the musical got, because I don't remember what it was called, like Bye Bye Bunny or something. There was a
Mm-hmm.
musical Bugs Bunny film that was in production at some point, and then they canceled it, and I don't know how far they got with it. But I'm still holding on to a shred of hope that maybe it will be completed.
Exactly. I think I'm hoping that like it was far enough along that the success of The Day the Earth Blew Up and hopefully Wile E. Coyote. I know I'm gonna see it.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
convinced almost all my workplace to go see it, which is nice. I'm just like, I won't shut up about this movie. You all should just go watch it.
Yes.
And I'm gonna go see it multiple times, even if I'm not like jumping up and down. Like if I watch it and I'm like, I'm still gonna see it multiple times just because I'd be like, you exist, thank you. But it does look really good. So honestly, I don't expect to leave disappointed. I don't know if I'm curbing my enthusiasm for it to be as good as The Day the Earth Blew Up, just because I don't think I was even expecting that movie to be as good as it was because it just was that good. But I am super stoked for it, and I will again be vouching for it no matter if it's a mid movie or not.
I don't think there's any way that it can like fully disappoint me, even if it's just kind of, I don't want to say mediocre because I don't think it will be, but
Yeah,
even if it is, I will still be just happy that it exists.
exactly. I will say though that like one of my favorite Looney Tune things. I love Looney Tunes Back in Action.
Oh, me too.
So this is basically like this is just another kind of thing like that. So I don't think unless they like throw in a human character who could be come across really super annoying. And the reason why I can put up with human characters in Back in Action is because it's Brendan Fraser, and I love Brendan Fraser.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, if they like threw it in, but I don't think none of the human characters look like they're annoying, and I don't think they're gonna like surprise me with like an actor I really dislike like randomly. So I think I'm safe on that. Like they're not just gonna throw in, you know, oh yeah, that actor that you don't like, they're here now. We didn't market them at all, and I'm like, why would you do this to me? But I don't think they're going to.
I know two of the main human actors are John Cena and Will Forte, and they're usually hilarious.
They are, yeah. So I think I'm safe.
Yeah. Well, what do you have at number 3?
So number 3, I have Bad Guys 2.
Okay.
Because I love Bad Guys 1. I think it's one of DreamWorks' best movies. That's, you know, my opinion.
Yes,
I think
agree.
I think the art style is so good.
Yeah.
I love that DreamWorks is basically, you know, DreamWorks and Sony are doing the same thing where they're making different movies with completely different art styles in the same vein. Like they look similar because obviously they're using the same like techniques and different aspects of like technology that they've made for one movie and reusing for the next. But I love that they let such creative art styles and differences live. But I love Bad Guys 2 so much. Sadly, a movie I only got to see once in theaters just because of how when it came out. But it is so funny. I was laughing so hard. I don't know. Again, I think it just hits that like weirdness that just I love. Like, yes, please give me a wrestling scene halfway through the movie where they're all fighting. I'm like, yes, exactly. This is exactly. I think that the comedy is really funny. I don't know. It subverts your expectations so well. Like they're just like, oh look, it's Professor Marmalade. He's back and he's jacked now, and you're like, whoa! I was not expecting this.
That was probably my biggest laugh in the whole thing.
It's so funny because he's so jacked, and any other movie would have like changed the voice to be like deep and growly, but they kept it, and he's so good. I love Professor Marmalade.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what happens. I really hope. I'm pretty sure they're making a third just because they kind of like teased it at the end. But I'm really hoping that like they do because it's just so.
I want more Marmalade.
It's just so good. Oh, I need more Professor Marmalade, and like I'm not going into any spoilers. I haven't read the graphic novels that it's off because I'm not a fan of the art style, unfortunately. I've tried like getting into it, but unfortunately the art style is kind of deters me. It's nothing against the art style. I just have that a slight issue with that where if I can't get into the art style, I have a hard time getting into the story. But I do know something about Professor Marmalade that is revealed later on, which is wild, and I have to know how they're gonna throw that into the movie. But I hope they make another one. It's so good. I love all the characters forever. Again, it's perfect. No notes.
I don't think I knew that Professor Marmalade was in the graphic novels. I have not read them. I flipped through one at Walmart one time, and it looked completely different than the movie. So I just assumed that they kind of just made up their own thing for the movie and didn't base them off the books.
Yeah, it's like they're taking aspects of the books, but coming up with their own plot lines, because I know that Professor Marmalade shows up. I just don't know if he showed up like early on, because very much it was, oh hey, we're all the villains from your childhood like stories, and I think that's kind of like it didn't really have like a through plot except for hey, maybe we want to be good too, and didn't really have like Professor Marmalade tricking them all and being like, oh haha, I'm Professor Marmalade and I'm awesome. But I think he is in it at a certain point, and they reveal something about him, which they kind of teased at the end, but I don't want to spoil anything because oh my gosh, it's wild, and I'm very curious to see what they do.
Okay. Yeah, I hope they make another one. I've got Bad Guys 2 just under my top five. It didn't, like, it was in the very first episode of this miniseries that I recorded, it was my number five. I have since watched a few more things,
Mhm.
so it got bumped down a little bit, but I did really enjoy it. It wasn't as good as the first one, but it was still very fun, and I
Yeah.
definitely want more. Well, I think we'll go with your number two before we do our top one, because like I said, I've got three kind of vying for the top place. So,
Okay.
what do you have at number two?
So my number one and number two are pretty interchangeable just because, again, same deal is that they're so different and it's kind of hard to. So these two kind of live together, but if I had to put one underneath the other one, my number two is K-pop Demon Hunters.
Okay.
I do love K-pop Demon Hunters. It's a perfect movie. It's gorgeous. It's funny. It's got music. It's got animation. It's got great characters. I feel like there's not a lot that I can say that everyone already doesn't know because it's a wildly popular movie and I'm so glad for it.
Yeah, it fully lived up to the title. Like we said at
Yeah.
the beginning, we've been waiting for this for years. It fully lived up to everything the title promised.
Yeah, for real. Like I was excited for years and then the trailer came out and I'm like, "Oh yeah, this is worth it." Like cuz you always are a little bit like, "Okay, a title and like a hand-drawn production piece of art."
Hmm.
You're never quite sure how that's actually going to land cuz production art can look vastly different to the final
Yeah.
project. But when the trailer came out, kind of stealth dropped, honestly. Like it was kind of funny to me how much this movie just was like non-existent. And then they're like, oh, we have a teaser trailer, but we're not really like talking about it. It was kind of like under the radar. And then they're like, and next week we're releasing the movie. And I was like, oh, okay. So they don't really have any faith in this movie. Well,
Hmm.
that whatever. And then it came out. I remember watching it the day of, and then I feel like 15 minutes later, everyone else found it and it exploded. And everyone's like, what? Where'd this come from? And I'm like, I've been saying for years, guys.
Yeah,
It's so much fun.
it is. And definitely rewatchable. That's one of my top, I don't know, criteria for like what ends up in my top five. Like, if I want to rewatch it, that instantly starts bumping it up the list. And I think of all the movies that are in my top five list, I've probably watched K-pop Demon Hunters the most.
Yeah, I think so. I think I have as well because like I watched it when it came out and then like I had all these different like family members and friends and we would have like a bunch of different watch parties because it didn't all like work out. So I'm like, that's okay.
Hmm.
I can watch it over and over and over. That's okay.
Yes, that's the reason that I've kept watching it multiple times because I've got to watch it with different people. Like, we need a movie to watch. Okay, we need to watch this movie if you haven't seen it yet.
Exactly. It's really great too on a little bit of it got my mom into K-dramas and that has brought her so much joy in life. So she said she enjoyed the movie. She said it wasn't like her favorite thing ever, but she said that the movie was really good, but like she somehow like just was like, oh, maybe I'll watch because she watched it and then Netflix was like, hey, do you want to watch this K drama? And she's like, why not? Sure. And then she has become obsessed with them. And I'm so glad for her because she's just having so much fun with them. She'll be like, oh my gosh. And she'll like sit there and explain plots to me. And I'm like, those are so silly. I'm so glad you're enjoying them. But I think that it has opened a lot of doors to people not just to animation, but other cultures and other forms of media. So I think that's really neat as well. But of course, it does hit like K-pop fans,
Yeah.
and K-pop fans are very committed And that's great about them. So I think that that is why one of the reasons why the movie has been doing so well is that it found its like fan base
Yeah.
through that. And when they commit. So
But I think part of it too is the music, because the music could have been make or break. Like if the music was just kind of generic, even if the story was as good as it is and the animation was good, I think the music is really what pushed this over the edge, because the music is so good.
yeah,
Because like
no, for
I
real.
was expecting a good looking animated film, but I don't think I was expecting to have the songs going through my head for days afterwards, wanting to listen to
Yeah.
them without the movie itself. Like these songs all work as songs. Like they don't need the movie to work. They are just good songs.
Yeah. It also doesn't a small thing that I'm not a fan of in musicals is when a song is a pop song but doesn't really fit the plot. And you're like, oh, you're trying to sell a soundtrack, but you
Mm,
didn't really think about how to fit that into the movie. But what I love about this is that they are also pop songs, obviously, but they do fit the movie
hmm.
and they fit in every scene. It doesn't feel like, all right, we're gonna stop the plot and just sing a pop song so that you can go and buy the CD later. Like
Yeah.
they all have they either tell about the characters or they tell about the plot and story and where the characters are in their arcs at that point. There's a lot of subtlety in the lyrics and a lot of nods to aspects, but also some play and some cheek to its love to like K-pop and stuff. Like Soda Pop sounds like a song that a different boy band would definitely sing, but it's really funny because you're like, yeah, no, they mean that they're gonna eat you. It's not just, pop song lyrics. No, they do want to eat you.
Uh-huh.
And I think that is funny with that play because it takes that kind of like, you're like, oh yeah, pop songs can be a little weird with the way they word things. And it's funny that they use that to help sell the whole thing.
Yes. Yeah, no, the music is so good. It helps with the rewatchability. Like the animation itself would make me want to rewatch it, but everything works together so well that I loved it.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a 10 out of 10 movie and I will say that I am a person. I'm glad I watched it before it got really popular. Although I was so hyped over the years, but sometimes a thing will get popular and people will be like, "Oh my gosh, you have to watch this." And a little thing in my brain flips and I'm like, well, maybe I'll watch it when I get to it. And so then I'm just like, and then I kind of like sit on things, unfortunately, but I'm kind of glad that I got to it before because whilst all the music is great and the story is great and the animation's all awesome, and I do think it's a 10 out of 10 movie for sure. Every radio station is playing the music, and I'll be at work and I'll just be like, oh, it's K-pop Demon Hunters time again, and it was fun. But after almost a whole year of Golden playing on for every single day, you're just kind of like, what I like it, the song doesn't get like worse, but you're just like, I would like to hear a different song someday. But
Yeah.
so I'm glad that I kind of got to jump on that wagon before because there was no way that it wouldn't have gotten spoiled at some point
Mm,
or I
yeah.
would have heard all the songs before the movie came out before I actually like sat down to watch the movie. So that was really nice. And I think it is because it was a stealth release, which was really wild. So Netflix should have some more. It should be more confident in the animation that it's
Yeah.
releasing, but like it puts the confidence in the wrong animation. I think.
Netflix just does a bad job of promoting their stuff in general. Like
Yeah.
it they did some promotion for the last season of Stranger Things, but I feel like I hardly heard anything about it until it was here, and then a bunch of people online were talking about it, and then it was gone again. So Netflix does not
Yeah.
do a good job of promoting anything, it seems like.
Yeah. They need a better team,
Yeah.
marketing team.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of crazy. I was just like, oh, K-pop Demon Hunters is getting like the Netflix Monkey King movie treatment. And whilst I think that movie is god tier level of movie, um, not many people have seen it. So I'm glad for K-pop Demon Hunters that it was able to get an audience that Monkey King was unfortunately not able to capture, but that's okay because I love it enough for everyone.
Monkey King just needed K-pop for him to
He
battle
just,
to.
yeah, there is a song in it. There's actually a couple songs in it, but I wouldn't say, I will admit, as much as I love that movie, I would not listen to those songs like nonstop. They're not supposed to be listened to
Yeah,
nonstop.
yeah. No, that was a huge part of what made K-pop Demon Hunters so good.
Yeah.
Music just
And
really made
then
it.
it was nice that they were like it was kind of funny to see the marketing team kind of fumble when it got really popular. Like, oh no, we didn't think about making like merch or any
It's like they didn't know what to
anything.
do when they had a hit.
Yeah, exactly. So they're fumbling around and then they're like, oh, I remember like the first Derpy plush got announced and you're like, oh, what is that? Like that's not a good plush at all. But then like they've gotten their act together and now they have like you can buy the CDs, you can
Speaking
buy
of Derpy, today,
vinyls.
the day that we're recording this, Lego just announced a buildable figure of Derpy and Sussy, and I need
Ah,
to buy
nice.
that thing.
Yeah, no, they have figured it out. They jumped on it, which good for them, you know.
Yeah.
I'm really glad for the Derpy fans.
Yes.
I love
Oh,
Derpy.
me too. I watched it
Yeah.
2 nights ago with my cousin who'd never seen it, and she instantly, I mean, she's already a cat person, but she was like, I love the tiger.
Yeah. No, there's so many good aspects. Like that's like a thing I could go like scene by scene and point out what's wonderful about it. Like I think one of my favorite moments of it is they're fighting in the bathhouse and Jinu's being all super serious and then he just like runs away and he gleefully giggles to himself and you're like what's going on here? Like you were so like cool and collected this entire movie and then he just like decided to gleefully chuckle to himself and run away. And I'm like, it's very humanizing of the characters, which is a
Yeah.
lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll talk about my other one that is vying for the top space. And that is one that I had not seen before a week or two ago. It was recommended a couple times to me, and I figured it was going to be good because I had heard many good things about it, but I had just never gotten to it. I don't know that I expected it to like shoot up to the top, but it did. The movie is called Little Amelie or the Character of Rain.
Uh-huh.
This is a French film. It's about a Belgian family living in Japan after World War II. And it was sold to me. Well, first it was sold to me by Rachel, because Rachel had seen this a while ago and she had talked about how great it was. And she told me that the basic premise of the movie was it's about a little girl who grows up from a cell. Like the first shot of the movie is her as a cell. And she
Mm-hmm.
grows up into a toddler and then has to learn to live without her caretaker. I was like, okay, that sounds interesting. But it wasn't something like that premise didn't sell me on it to the point where it's like, I've got to see this movie.
Yeah.
And now having seen the movie, I will say that is not an inaccurate description of the movie. But if I were to sell this movie to someone, I would say that this movie is about a toddler who believes that she is God and has to learn how to be human.
Oh, that's fun.
It is really good. Like, the animation is so good. The story itself is so good. And this is one of those movies where I was like, I'll watch it, but I don't know that I need to buy it. So I started watching it, and like within the first 5 minutes, I was like, okay, I might have to buy this one. And then within the first 10 minutes, I had paused the movie and I was on Amazon looking for the Blu-ray to buy it.
That's awesome.
It's really good. I don't know. I don't have my full my full listing of like my top 5, but I feel like it might end up being the top simply for the fact that I had to pause the movie within 10 minutes to buy it.
Exactly. Yeah, no, that would do it.
It's
That's
really
awesome.
good. Like, with something like K-pop Demon Hunters, I feel like yes, I could recommend it, but like anybody who was going to see that has seen it. But with
Hmm.
Little Amelie, I feel like not a lot of people have seen it, so it's like the one that I feel like I need to recommend highest. Like if you are an
Yeah.
animation fan, you need to see Little Amelie. It is really good.
Yeah, I'll have to add it to my to be watched list.
Yes. Highest recommendation for me. It is so good. Okay, that is probably that's my top several. It's more than five. They're all kind of tied together in some sections.
That's
But
fair.
what is your top favorite movie from last year?
So my top favorite movie was Looney Tunes: The Day the Earth Blew Up.
Okay.
I think I may be very biased because it was a 2D animated movie in theaters in the year 2025.
Uh-huh.
I guess that's cruel to say because there are some that come out specifically anime tie-ins and stuff, which are definitely 2D animated films that go into theaters. And I think that they get a lot of bad rep because people don't see them as films because they're tie-ins. But I guess Western 2D animation animated movie. So I'm very biased towards that. I thought it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Specifically with Farmer John. I love Farmer John so much.
That was so,
He's
I
so
don't know why that was so funny. It just was.
exactly. It's like why is this funny? It's like such a simple thing and yet it was so funny. It's just so clever. But yet it's so dumb.
There were so many weird jokes that it's like, why is this funny? I don't know, but I love it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's just like the core of Looney Tunes, where sometimes you'll be like, what is going on? But it's so funny. And it was great seeing it in theaters, which was awesome. I really like the alien.
Oh
I
yes.
connect with it very much. I also think that I guess spoilers that boba is the greatest resource.
Yes.
I love boba.
Me too.
Um, Sometimes I'll be like just walking around, and me and my friends will be like, we'll just like get boba, and we'll just be like boba. Oh, hail the resource!
I don't have it all the time, but my cousin and I usually get a package of like dry boba at the Asian market just so we have it on hand if we ever want it for no reason because there's no place around here that sells boba. So
Yeah,
we
no,
have to
that's
make it
fair.
ourselves.
Yeah, no, I'm very lucky. About a 20-minute drive from my place, there's a small local shop that does boba and other like little snacks and stuff, and I adore it so much.
Yeah, me
I could
too.
probably eat there every day if like money obviously wasn't an issue. That if I got $1 million, you know where to find me. I'll be at the boba place. But I really liked Daffy and Porky's relationship.
Uh-huh.
How they were like awful to each other, yet they loved each other. Very sibling energy.
Yes.
Definitely connected with how me and my siblings and me and my friends, honestly, we can kind of be awful to each other. One of my coworkers and I, when we're like doing some repetitive, boring task, we'll just be like, push the button and pull the crank, push the button. And then we'll just start humming that song together, and brings it just brings joy in so many aspects of my life, I guess, with its quotability. In the animation being 2D, it's also just really good 2D art.
Yes. And it's not like not that I have any problem with like the not flash animation, but like where it's like a pre-built model that you have to like
Oh yeah, like
puppeteer.
rigged.
Yeah. Like I don't have a problem with that kind of animation because it's good too, but like
Uh-huh.
to have like actual squash and stretch back like you
Yeah,
hardly ever get that. And it's just so
exactly.
fun.
Yeah, I know. All the principles were being used and they all looked gorgeous. I think it just like reaffirmed to an extent my love for not only like traditional animation and 2D animation, but just all that like love I have for the those old cartoons and those characters that are
Yeah.
just so wacky with a modern twist, but it still had like the core and heart of
Yes.
like those original ones, which was nice as well. Like they weren't like, we're modernizing Daffy and he's now a influencer, and you're like, oh, even though there was like the joke where they're like, let's make money online.
Yes. They didn't overdo it. Like it was like a 10-second at best joke.
Exactly.
They did the joke and then they moved on, and it was a good joke, but they didn't need to linger on it and try and do too much with it.
Exactly. I think that it's very good at that. Where
Yes.
you were like, the joke could have been like 1 second longer, and you would have been like, all right, that's enough of a joke.
Hmm.
Because it's all very loud and very crazy as per what you would expect. But I really enjoyed it. I got the Blu-ray as soon as I could.
Yeah, me too.
Saw it a couple times in theaters. It's just very comforting and I guess hopeful for projects being, since it was one of the canceled ones and it was able to come back and
Yeah.
then not only come back but go to theaters and then be successful, and it won a couple awards some places. I was sad it wasn't an Oscar nominee, but
Hmm.
I guess that was kind of hoping too much. And honestly, I knew what was going to win. And that's okay. K-pop Demon Hunters deserved it,
Yeah.
obviously. So, I'm not griping. And honestly, it's pretty cool seeing like a female-led animated movie be so successful, especially after, Disney canceling theirs because they decided they didn't want that, which was wild. But I don't know. It's just kind of one of the most perfect movies and not really something conventional. So that was also fun to see. That just like one of the plus sides of last year is that animation, while it's still struggling, because I think the entire film industry is struggling,
Hmm.
as it usually is, and animation has taken a lot of big hits. It's really nice to see a lot of like inspiring and creative and interesting stuff being done by studios. Indie animation has gotten a huge spike recently on like YouTube and stuff. So that's really cool to see, to let like creative driven and a lot of passion to help fund and support all these different animation projects. So that is really neat. And I think that's why The Day the Earth Blew Up probably got up to my top, just because it's kind of like a combination of all the things I love.
Yeah, even though it's made by Warner Brothers technically, it still has a feel of something made by a smaller, more indie, more passionate team than
Mm-hmm.
you would expect from something with the name Warner Brothers attached.
Yeah. Especially like it's been a while since I've seen like a Warner Brother like 3D movie, but I believe that even
Warner Brothers
those
hasn't done a whole lot of animation. I can't even think of the last the last like
yeah.
theatrical animated thing that they did.
And then they keep asking, why is no one watching our movies? Why are kids not interested? And you're like, well, because you're not making kid movies. They do a lot of. I was about to say they've been doing a lot of Scooby Doo movies, but they haven't done those in a while because they canceled them all.
Yeah, they
This
did
is
the
your
one and then they started a second one and then canceled it. I think it was finished actually, and then they just shelved it.
Yes, I believe what happened was is they were like, okay, you're done, and they only had a few shots left, so they're like, oh yeah, we're definitely done, and then the team finished it, like kind of behind the studio's back, because they're like, we're so close. So hopefully that one will get picked up because I think
Yeah.
like I'm not the biggest advocate for Scoob. I thought it had its moments. I found it a little lackluster, but I would be interested to see what they continue on with that. But
Hmm. I think I feel about the same. Like it wasn't a favorite, but the fact that the sequel exists and is not being released, it just seems like a tragedy, and it makes me want to see it
yeah,
even way more than I would have otherwise. Like it wouldn't even really
exactly.
be on, like, obviously be on my radar. Like it would be one that I would have to like catch up on when I do my final ranking for the year. But like with this, I feel like if it ever came out, I would feel obligated to support it because it's gone through so much.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm trying to see. Come on, Warner Brothers. Tell me what was the last thing you released that wasn't a Batman animated movie. Because I feel like they do those.
They have their direct to video line that they do quite often.
Yeah, which, there's some hits and misses, but it looks like the last one they made was the Lord of the Rings
Oh, I forgot
animated
about
movie.
that. I still haven't
forgot
seen
about
that
it
one.
too. But then the last one they did that was the Teen Titans Go movie,
That was the last
which was that was
theatrical one?
2018.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
so yeah, the Teen Titans Go the movies was 2018, and then it was the Lord of the Rings, the War of Rodomir, and that was 2024, and then the day the Earth blew up, which technically is them, but they weren't the reason why it went to theaters, so I don't think they get that win.
Yeah, it would not have happened if they had any say about it.
Exactly.
So yeah, Warner Brothers is kind of lagging behind.
Yeah.
They used to be like one of the kings of animation, especially on TV. Like all my favorite shows growing up were Warner Brothers shows. Pinky and the Brain, Animaniacs, Batman, Superman, animated series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. There's a lot of creative projects by them. I personally really love Freakazoid.
Oh
The
yeah,
show
I
that they
haven't
won't
seen
let
that
me
since I was
love.
a kid, but that one was another one that I really liked back then.
Yeah.
Well, that'll probably be all for this episode. Until we talk again, do you want to let people know where they can find you if they would like to see like your art or anything?
You can go to my Instagram. I have not posted in at least a year now. But at Katie Draws Things, that's the only social media I really have anymore.
It's about the only social media worth having anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Preach. Nah, for real. I mean, I've been trying to get into like the blue skies and stuff.
I have a
just
Blue
haven't
Sky account. I just always forget to post on there.
yeah, it's like I feel like once I like create a bunch of people, like I find my group that I used to have, RIP, the great group of like animators I used to follow on Twitter,
Hmm.
like a bunch of years ago. Like
I missed
there was
Twitter from
one
a decade
year.
ago.
Yeah, like there was one year I was in my year of animation class, and I found all of these animators and storyboard artists who worked on the rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and they would post a ton of stuff behind the scenes and everything, and it was one of the most inspiring things,
Mm.
especially like trying to learn animation. So like shout out to that year and that year only because like after that it was basically everything started falling apart there, and I was just like, yeah, I can't be here anymore. And a bunch of the other animators and all like the animators and stuff, and like I never really interacted with them, I just followed them, but it was really like inspiring to see all that, and I kind of miss that like community of like sharing art and stuff that was able to happen then and is hard to do nowadays. But I don't know. Sometime I may be able to find again. But yeah, so I have my Instagram.
Well, thanks for joining me, and I'm sure we'll talk again sometime in the future.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Thanks for listening to iHeart Animation. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe and follow my co-hosts as well. All of our links will be in the description below. If you'd like more podcasts like this one, all of our shows are available on YouTube as well as most podcast platforms. If you'd like to support this show, check out Johncast Media on Patreon for everything here, plus bonus and extended episodes you won't find anywhere else. We'll be back soon with another brand new episode, so thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.